Audio's gone live, so
But no more free advertising other D&D shows. Is that what you're telling us?
Did you know it looks like we were about to be slaughtered by an army of zombies?
well, that's where. I believe I'll leave that to Lou to step in and give his his traditional recap.
I'm just
1 year
firing.
old, woo!
Yeah, well, just this part of the campaign. Never mind anything else.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not
Right,
sure
so-
how the old thing is. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
So we finished up the fight in the bowels of the huge hollow oak tree after those birds flicked a trap on us. Everyone died except for the party. We got out, spent some time trying to hunt down one of these Iblis birds to murder them and make them pay for what they did to us. But it appears we were not stealthy enough and they saw us coming a mile off, so we've put a pin in that and we will gank them on the way back coming through after we've gone to speak to the Oracle in Orolunga. And so we started heading off to Orolunga, had a weird encounter with an ogre and a sack full of crazed squirrels and acorns. Weird, okay. And then we carried on going, found an old stone circle, but our druid didn't recognize the druid circle as it slapped him in the face, so we carried on going. And then we were walking our way through this long, narrow crevasse, and we came across a pool of water, dinosaurs. It was like a scene from Jurassic Park, one of those really nice scenes. And then a tumbling maelstrom of zombies poured off the edge of a cliff and started piling up in arriving massive bodies, and then started righting themselves and making the way towards the dinosaurs in the pool, I believe. We were
Correct.
set back. I'm not sure how far back we were set, and that's where we decided to stop.
Yeah. So you're set back about as far as you are on the map. So the pool with the dinosaurs is off to the. It's not on this map, so it's off to the bottom left, to the southwest, and the so these each of these tokens represents a zombie horde, and each horde is made up of let's see, about 100, if not more, between 100 to 200 in each one.
Start winding up, tackling, and then just setting forward.
Winding him up.
Yeah, like a clockwork barbarian.
So, like I say, they come like just like tumbling off down the side of this cliff. Some of them die on impact, but the majority of them survive. And as they right themselves, they shamble off, attracted by the sounds and sights of these dinosaurs. They shamble off down and like a flow down this ravine. Into this area where this small sort of lake is, and as they get close to these dinosaurs, like just go into a panic and start to try and get away. But in the panic, they sort of collide with each other, giving the zombies enough time to catch up with it, and they just literally just flow, just surround them, and you can see them within moments. One of them goes down and is just swamped by these this like swarm of zombies.
I think it's time to climb up the walls and try and get above them.
Well,
On
no,
these
I mean, the
ledges that we can
zombies.
see.
I mean, what's the movement for a zombie? It's like 30, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying there's these little plateaus next to us. We're going by the map, literally.
So a few of them. So you still. So like I said, the vast majority of them, like I said, there's hundreds and hundreds of them that are just like flowing down to this area, and there's still like some stragglers sort of coming off this area and falling down, and a few of them are sort of still milling around this area. But none of them seem to have noticed you as yet. You're quite
Sorry,
away.
so they came pouring through that narrow ravine at the top left?
Yes.
Okay.
There's still, like I said, there's not many coming that way anymore. But yeah, there's still every so often there's like like a one or two or then a small group that fall. Most of the ones that fall that come and like totter over the edge, they're like not all of them get up.
What size? Okay, this is so turn undead, where I can vaporize zombies. Works in a 30-foot radius, I believe.
Yeah.
Correct.
So if I was totally surrounded, which I certainly hope never ever ever happens, by zombies, I could theoretically nuke most of them, right?
In theory, yeah. I guess.
In theory.
We'll get to the top of a cliff and then put you on a big fishing pole and just drop you into the middle.
Well, no, I was going to suggest that Cade, if he would be so kind, sacrifices a fly spell on me.
How about this? I cast fly on you and me and tie you on a rope and you got a dive bomb them.
No, you don't have to tie a rope on me. We just fly.
And
like
that's for dramatic effects, for fuck's sake.
Oh, dramatic effect. Sorry.
Fuck's sake, you are no game, man.
Sorry.
So imagine you are hanging from a rope and we are flying and you are just, on ground level, like a wrecking ball. Huh?
Or like a pendulum.
Yeah.
Like a pendulum above them.
Yeah.
Turn.
A wrecking ball.
This would be epic, man. This would be very epic. And anything goes wrong, you are dropped on the ground.
We'll dress you up like Miley Cyrus from a wrecking ball video, attach you to a rope, and then have you swinging above them, screaming the lyrics to your turn.
Right.
Turn undead.
Yeah, you're gonna be like 20 feet from the air. I mean, you're gonna be 20 feet from the ground. Yeah.
All right. Each
I'm gonna be
undead
high above.
that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a saving throw. But I think if I am starting at 5th level, when an undead fails its saving throw, the creature is instantly destroyed if its challenge rating is at or below a certain threshold. Yeah, so pure zombies, if they fail their saving throw, will be vaporized.
It's just whatever's hidden in amongst them zombies, though.
Yeah, and providing they're just normal zombies.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's providing there's nothing hidden in amongst them that isn't just a normal zombie.
Well, as none of them can jumpy jump, should be
Well,
alright.
it depends if they're considered a bigger threat if they're in a group.
My advice would be to scramble up the walls of this
Okay, let's
side
say
of this ravine so that we're out of the way. So if we could cast a minor illusion and then have them distracted and go past us with the minor illusion.
Listen, I don't think the minor illusion works on the undead.
Well, if it's a sound, it might do.
Okay, so a few of them break off, appear to have like caught wind of you and break off and start
That's the
wandering.
plan.
Seen or heard you, and they start wandering up.
Alright, shall we try and scramble up the sides for now?
At the moment, Phil, it's a bit unfair because they can move while we're still in Matrix time.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You were talking though.
Yeah, like
There you go.
12 seconds. Awesome.
So,
Thank you. So we
my
start
advice would
scrambling.
be scrambling up the wall.
That's my cunning plan, just to pause the game, pause the world while they sneak up.
They go in bullet time and we don't.
Yeah, well,
That if these are plateaus at the side of us, then Phil, then I think we'll start scrambling up them.
yeah. So it's quite high, but it doesn't look particularly difficult to. Well, for most people, it doesn't look like a difficult climb, but.
We know it's a death knell for us when we have to make a climbing roll.
But yeah, it's it varies. Height of it varies between about 70 to about 100 feet.
Yeah, right.
But if we could get
there's
above
not
a
these,
certain height, they can't reach us, right?
there's not these like shorter ones going up in steps then.
I wouldn't say
like
that
on
was
the
a
map.
literal representation of what it's like, but it's an easy climb. It is quite an easy climb. There are lots of ledges and sort of small areas where you can catch your breath kind of thing. But yeah, it's
Right.
an easy.
Is it classed as dim light round in here, Phil?
It is not.
In a ravine?
No. Not at the height. Well, no, it is early.
If it's
It is early.
Like
It's
70
early.
feet.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, it is early. It is early in the morning. So yeah, I would class it as dim light. Yeah.
Because what I was thinking is maybe I could use my shadow teleport thing to move up to a shadow on like a ledge I can see if there's one within range, and then zip across like north to south across.
Okay.
If I can see ledges in between, so hopefully I'll be able to then just shadow teleport further up that way.
Yeah. I suppose you could do that.
I think the bigger
Take a rope.
question is, are we going to fight him or not?
Not with like potentially 400 and odd things down there. I don't think so.
Okay, well, we need to get after him, don't we? Is that what your plan is?
So I can't hear you, Dan.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're very quiet.
I had to turn up his volume on the list.
Okay.
And that worked for me.
Okay, I'll see if I can find him.
Just right click on his name in the list.
It always helps if I turn actual microphone on.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah. Right, we start scrambling up the side, and my reserve plan is, our reserve plan is Cade and me will do a dive bomb the zombies and turn them all to dust.
I was just going to say that would be potentially embarrassing if you were a tech expert.
Okay.
Right, so we scramble.
Right. So which side are you going up?
Well, I'll go to the first one I can spot something within 60 feet of me.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter for you, which side of the rest are you going up. It doesn't really matter to Obol, because you can switch between them as need be.
Is that we want to be heading generally towards the west, yes? Direct due west. So I assume, do we know which way the ravine curves, or is it like a straight ravine?
So this is running like northeast to southwest.
Northeast, southwest. Right, okay, so we go up on the same side that the zombies are coming in on.
Yeah. Okay.
We agree?
Up the north side.
Yeah, we go up the north side then. Okay, we start scrambling.
Okay. So if you'd all like to make a climb roll then. Not sure why tackling shape in water.
I meant to just read it. I didn't know if I could create a wall between us and them. That's what I was thinking.
5 foot cube. Instantly move. Cause water to form into simple shapes. Animate your.
Freeze it is what I'm thinking.
You can freeze the water. You freeze the water provided there is no creature in it. The water freezes. In 1 hour. Unfreeze in 1 hour. Sorry, it would be pretty crap if it froze in 1 hour.
Potentially, you could make a 10-foot long wall, 5 foot high.
That's what I'm thinking.
It depends how many instances you can make.
Two.
So not to block it off completely. So like, well, yeah. So if you did it there, if you wanted to go down that way.
I'm just throwing out options. I mean, it's a cantrip, but it's for free. So
it is.
So what's the climb check? Is it athletics?
It is athletics, yes.
Did you say we get a half proficiency bonus? Was that for our characters, half proficiency bonus on stuff we're not proficient in, or is it just straight roll?
Straight roll.
Okay. Was it me?
I think I'm gonna fly because with my -1, that's not a good idea.
Athletics.
Okay, so
can I tie a rope to someone and pull me up, please?
You can give it a go. I cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
Shall I just move myself? Phil?
If you want.
Yeah, so that's an 18 for me.
Okay, so yeah, everybody starts climbing up. So you'll be so everybody's moving. So it's 15.
Okay.
So you'll need about 4 checks. Apart from Obold, who was just like magically skipping from thing to thing.
And I'll hide.
Okay.
I move where it's such high, Phil.
Yours is 45. Then you'll get up that little bit quicker then. So everybody's made the first check. So if everybody wants to make the second check, so Luhai, you'll probably just need 3 instead of the 4 that everybody else needs.
Do you want me to do a stealth roll after I've moved?
You
For me
can
hide?
do, yes.
I'll tie Cade to myself.
The second fucking 7 I've rolled. I think it's going to be one of them sessions.
Well, that won't
Can I-
very big.
I think I'm not even taking off from the ground, you know, with this
Can I
one.
tie Cade to myself so if nothing else, if one of us falls, the other one might be able to do something?
So
Yeah,
so you're doing
paused.
that. Yeah, I've paused it just because I want to sort this out. What's happening? So what you want to tie Cade to you before you started climbing?
Well, that's it. Cade wants to. That was the quick discussion point I was trying to have. Cade, do you want to tie together? Or you're
yeah,
right?
please, because you know,
Okay.
I'm catastrophic at this.
Yeah,
So
we'll do a quick lash each other together.
right. So
And
Cade.
I'm lightweight. I'm only like 40 pounds, so it's
So Cade's not flying then.
no, not
Right.
at the moment.
Okay. So it's a good job you did time to you because he's instantly failed on his was that your second or no? That your
No, that
first
was my
climb.
first. That's
First,
what I
yeah.
said.
So
I'm not even taking off from the ground
Yeah.
with my athletics. I told you I predicted this before rolling.
okay.
Yeah?
So you can since you're tied together with Fafuk, and since Fafuk is actually making some ground and it's an easy climb, I'll let you do it with advantage. So you can make
Brilliant.
a second roll for Cade.
Do I need to roll or is it?
No, roll again.
Oh,
Roll
okay.
a roll
Just
of
see if you get off
athletics,
the
another
ground.
athletics. Like I say, I'll
You
let
need
you.
to unpause.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll let you do your athletics checks for climbing with advantage. Okay, so that's fine.
10 is a double-digit number.
Okay, so everybody make the second roll, please, if you haven't
Oh,
already.
whoa,
Oh
wow.
That's me hide roll for the
Yeah.
second one.
Gone.
I've already made mine. I made it, I think.
Right, is that the first round?
We're doing second rolls now.
I've
Yeah,
already
cool.
rolled.
Yeah, I know some have rolled. Yeah,
Okay, second roll.
I got same score as last time.
yeah.
Can I cast guidance on myself? Oh
Uh,
no, that's an action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Okay, right. So Fafuk, you so you'll need an X that would count. So you don't fall, but you don't make any progress.
Okay.
So you still need 3 more rolls. Everybody else needs, well, everybody else bar you and Cade need 2 more rolls. So if you're going to make your third rolls then.
Okay, you can roll for this round as well.
Etcha.
Is Cade still rolling with advantage?
With advantage, yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So that were everybody's third roll. Nobody particularly failed apart from Fukel slightly. So yeah, if you want to make everybody, this will be so this will be the last roll for Luhai. Obold probably at the top as well.
That's my third roll.
That was your third roll, was it? Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
So Luhai, you clamber out onto the top. Everybody else needs to make the next roll, which will be last one for tackling.
Yeah, that's 4 for me.
Cool. Yeah. So it's just Fafuk and Cade that have got to scramble up a little bit more.
You can do it.
Okay, Cade. Yeah.
Cade's racing ahead of me.
Yeah. So Cade starts dragging Fafuk up the cliff.
You.
Hopefully Fafuk doesn't now fall.
I shout back, what are you waiting for?
I'm like, shut up, you little halfling. I'll pull you back down here.
That's what you have been doing already.
Oh my god. Cheap seats, honestly. Trying to help someone. Mutter, mutter, mutter. Okay. Fafuk rolls again.
I'll load my crossbow while I'm up here.
Awesome. Well done.
Oh, pull that one out of the bag.
You are racing against me, isn't it?
Okay, so
Just
you
do
all
it,
managed
just
to scramble to safety up to the top of the ravine. Looking back down, you see there's quite a few more of the zombies are broken off and sort of wandering up here. And there's up towards where you were stood, and there's quite a small crowd gathered at the foot of the cliff you've just climbed up, as they sort of vainly sort of claw at the air toward in your and moan in your general direction.
Fafouk would like to do something, please.
Moan, that's all they do.
He would like to pick up a big slab of rock and line up on the zombies and just go, see what happens.
Okay. So it would be kind of a makeshift weapon, so it would be possibly advantage. So yeah, go on, you can make a roll. Just a straight roll. No, it misses.
I don't know why I rolled twice.
No.
So
It misses though.
That is
It just like slams to the floor of the ravine with a loud crashing noise. Just at the side of one of the zombies, which does manage to attract one of the attention of a large group of them, and they slowly turn and start shambling up towards the source of the noise. Although nothing to worry about, I would think now.
right. What do we do now?
Can I give it a try with a different rock?
Yeah, sure. I think you might need a strength check though.
He's stronger than me.
It's small though.
Not really.
Yeah, you got a +1.
No, -1. I have -1, not +1.
Oh, is that -1? My apologies.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So no, so Cade sort of tries to limbers up and then tries to heave a boulder over the side, but just sort of huffs and puffs. And
After this, I like to give up and try to find something which is my size, and got some pebbles, and I throw some pebbles down.
Okay, right. You throw a handful of pebbles down and hit a few in the head.
And I turn to my friend. This is how you do it. See?
Yeah, I'm still wondering. I mean, this kind of defies. We had heard before we went into the jungles that occasionally these large groups of rampaging zombies just kind of like appeared, and we were in Port Nanzaru when a horde kind of washed up against the main gates. So it's a bit disconcerting to see it again in just this random ravine in the middle of nowhere. Fafouk would dearly love to nuke as many as he could, but I mean, this is quite a distraction from what we need to do. I mean, there are bigger fish to fry, aren't there? So do we just want to move on? Try and avoid them as best we can?
Yeah. Look to just avoid them.
Cool. Okay. Right. Right, shall we carry on towards Orolunga?
Okay.
Is that where the birthday cake is?
Yeah. I actually think he's probably hidden in the middle of all them zombies. But
Yeah, I said that's
I'm not going.
the zombies have
I'm not going in
presents.
for it.
If the zombies have my present, I'm going
Yeah.
down there to go fetch it right now. You know, if I cast Featherfall, I could float down and time my turn undead, and then like nuke everything within a circle around me.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I
Bad
think at
idea.
the most you'd only get about half of them. I'd leave the other half with a nice little breakfast burrito.
We either trap them and them all, or we just leave them.
I know. Let's Fafouk roll. If he rolls below a 5, he's probably going to try and kill a bunch of zombies.
Okay.
Ah, Bastard. Yeah, let's do the sensible thing. Damn it. With extreme
Very
reluctance. Yeah, with extreme reluctance for Fook, it heads off towards Orolunga.
Okay. So you head away from the ravine.
That is some mad effects on Kieran there. Did you see it? Do it again. Do it again. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. It's like he's a wizard appearing out of smoke.
My dragon impression.
Okay, so we'll just wait for an hour while the map with all hundreds of tokens on it. Oh, I'll load it up real quick from the anyway. Then on the same.
Yours will be in the host.
Yes.
It's just ours.
Yeah.
Did you get that thing sorted out with your broadband? Just as a quick side.
Not as yet. I shall be attending to it this week. I think that just not to start rambling on about that, but yeah, I think that stings. Do.
I got a 15% loading now.
Oh, mine's loaded up.
Okay.
Mine is loaded up too.
Yeah, so it's just Luhai and Fuku are still in limbo. Yeah. So anyway, you scramble up and head back and get back on course. Continue on your way. Where are we?
Are the zombies still following us? I can hear them.
That's a good point. Okay, so you leave. The sound of the hordes of zombies slowly fades as you head away from the ravine, and you get back on course, wandering and head back into the jungle. You're still in this area, like these plateaus and stuff. They're still heading through this this jungle-filled valley. So, are your sort of guides in training making? Well, do you want to make some survival roll, one or both of you?
I think I was concentrating on the food side, wasn't I?
Yes, foraging, weren't you? Yeah. So yeah, that
Yeah,
would be a survival. One for survival. Yeah, so you want a survival roll for navigation and one for foraging, I suppose. Then.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So mine will be for the foraging and tackling will be for the navigation.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, the survival check for the navigation doesn't rely on sort of chult specific knowledge. So you get your full benefit of your normal survival skill for the navigation. And I can't see that number because I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, very good. Right, so yeah, you head off into back into the jungle, and you're going along for about an hour or so. Sun still just managed to just creeping over the top edge of this valley. When you come across a stand of palm trees, of date trees, and sat at the bottom amongst them all is a weird, multi-armed white ape.
What?
It's got about 4 arms, and two of its arms it's using to pick dates up off the floor and eating them. While on the other two, it appears to have some kind of wand.
Wand?
So it's kind of turning over in its hands with a puzzle look. Every now and then it sort of tries to chew it.
Sounds like I'm a champ.
It's going to ask us for trade.
So let's see, where are we?
Trade, yes?
If it starts talking, I'm gonna fuck it up.
Nice.
So there you go. That's what it looks like.
Anti-life druid.
That does not
Ooh.
look friendly.
No, it doesn't.
It's not the one that you can see isn't aggressive like that. It's oblivious to your presence at the moment, but yeah, it's just sat there eating dates and looking at this just like I say, looking at this wand. It's
Gonna have some severe dental problems with them tusks as well.
What do you want to do? Do you want to try befriending it? Do you want to try talking to it, or just want to skip it completely?
Try and talk to it, see if we can trade for the wand.
That went down so well last time. Cool. I can cast. Speak with animals as a ritual. I need to cast a ritual. Have we got 10 minutes? Do you want to spend 10 minutes me trying to talk to this animal?
Well, if it hasn't spotted us yet, we'll stay where we are for 10 minutes while you do it.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I will cast Speak with Animals as a ritual, Phil.
Okay.
And just keep an eye on it.
And you're saying it looks more inquisitive than aggressive, as opposed to
It
that
doesn't.
sort
Well,
of
it's
just
not behaving in an aggressive manner. It's just like I say, it's just feasting on these fallen dates and simultaneously sort of appears, curious about what this wand that it's got in its hands, its other hands. So yeah, by the time you finish casting your ritual, it appears to have had its fill of dates and starts to like clean itself off, preen itself, and stands up to its full height of maybe about 10 feet or so.
Starts casting a wand of fireballs. Boom! Boom!
Fireball
No,
flooding in the jungle.
Why would I want to fireball this creature?
No, not you. It's with the wand.
Oh, okay.
So
Go on, Tacklin. You're up.
I'll try and get its attention, Phil, without being aggressive. Like, oh, hi. I don't
Okay.
know what angry gorilla is for, oh, hey.
Right. It stops and looks over.
I'll just kind of like placate it, like kind of calm it down. Just think, no need to get aggressive. Let's just all be
You
friendly.
hear Fafuk whispering from behind you. It's an animal. Be sexy. He likes that.
I'm not getting raped by a giant white gorilla.
Fucking hell.
Well, I suppose.
Does anything come back from the white gorilla, or is it just?
It kind of just it stops where it's doing and just sort of stands there looking at you.
Ow, chicka, wow, wow. Ow.
I suppose you can make a equivalent of a persuade check, but you can do it with your wisdom bonus instead of charisma.
What about animal handling? Will that do? Because that's wisdom.
No, you're speaking to it.
So what do you want?
I want
Tell me what you
I want you to make a wisdom check, but you can add persuasion. If you're proficient with persuasion, you can add your proficiency bonus onto it.
I am not.
Oh dear. Oh well.
Hang on. Can you
Can't
reroll?
roll ones.
Yeah, you have to reroll this. I'm close enough. No?
Right, it starts looking like it's getting agitated, but yeah, I guess it's going to make the look of the halfling is going to let you have a reroll. It's not much better. Right, sort of like it starts sort of pounding its chest and like woo, 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 and jumping up and down the spot.
I cast guidance on Tacklin.
We can talk.
Do it again.
Yeah.
We can talk.
Yeah, he goes. So he says, You! Who you? Who you?
Friend, not enemy. Nice stick. Trade stick.
Right, it stops and looks at the stick. You food!
Got 3 good berries. I can give him all 3 good berries. Yeah, food. And I'll throw him 3 good berries I've got left over from casting.
Show him 2.
Okay, right, he sort of... He looks, it sort of hops over and sort of goes over towards you, these berries lying. Little food!
Little food. Big Phil. Big Phil. Trust
Right,
tackling.
it looks at you cautiously and bends down, picks up one of the berries and pops it into its mouth.
You try.
And it looks, it's a shocked kind of surprised look crosses its face.
Okay.
And it throws the wand on the floor, grabs the berries and bounds off into the jungle.
Boom. Pick
Nice.
up the one, Phil.
Quick thinking there.
Okay. So, it looks like it's made from like willow or something like that. It's kind of like pale wood. And it's the shaft of it is like carved. It's carved and it's quite colourful. With sort of gold and gold, green and red, sort of like almost enamel inlays along down the length of the wand, and the end of it is has got gold, sort of gold and metal stems coming off it, and more of this enamel stuff in like the almost look like berries arranged around, or little balls arranged around the end of this one.
Well, I don't need this fancy back scratcher, so I'll give it to Cade. Ask him to do his business on it.
You want me to pee on it?
No, don't be an ignoramus.
Not your actual business, but you know, this is, I've got no use for this wand. It's completely not off me, but you know.
Okay.
All yours, buddy. Not your smack.
I
Go
tried
on,
to
you're
I
the
tried
winner.
to investigate it, figure it out what it does and all sorts.
Do you want
Okay,
to take 20 minutes? Or do we want to keep moving and do it later?
We can do it later. I mean,
Yeah.
are we in a rush to investigate this, or?
No, let's do it
I've
over
got no
lunch.
interest in it at all.
Yeah, we
let's
do
do
it
it
over
over
lunch.
lunch. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay, so
How-
you can make a Cage. You can make a perception roll at disadvantage.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Wow. Decent rolls for disadvantage.
Sorry.
3.
The first two.
First
It's
two, yeah.
14.
14. Okay, right. So yeah, you as you're about to stash it away in your backpack, you notice there's a fracture that's runs down about the length of this wand.
Ooh.
Sorry, I don't get. What word did you say? A what?
Crack. There's a crack.
There's a crack.
Crack running down almost down the full length of it. Sort of
so
a hairline crack.
Okay, so it might gonna explode. I give it back. You hold it. I point this out. There might be something wrong with it, and it might gonna explode in your bag and in your ass. So be careful.
Fook says no. Give it here. It might come in handy later.
Sure, I hand it over. I'm happy to examine it later. I'm not gonna keep it in my bag. Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Right, we carry on.
Okay.
Is it upwards?
Radio. So you carry on, trekking through the jungle. you stop around midday-ish to rest, take water and food, and you can all make what would that be? A wisdom check, I think. We'll go with a wisdom check. A blind wisdom check.
What do you mean blind?
As in, you set it
GM
to a
roll.
private GM roll.
Oh,
Set mine and it still rolled it for me anyway.
Oh, it needs to be a blind GM roll, otherwise it's private. It shows it to you and me.
Ah, okay. Well, you
Not
got
to,
it
not
anyway.
to worry. Yeah. No, it's not. It's
No,
not.
it shows you to both. I did a blind, and it showed it to me, and it showed it to you.
All right.
It didn't
Well,
show
maybe
it to anyone else.
Yeah. Maybe it's a private one. I don't know. Well, it's one of them. Anyway, it's not a major deal. So it's tackling for Fook, Obald, and Luhai.
didn't see my roll.
All right.
Okay, I just did a blind charisma one, and this one didn't show it to me.
Right.
I think when I selected on the drop down, I must have misclicked it. My apologies.
It's not like I say, it's not a big deal. Okay.
Phil, did you see mine? Did it
I
come
have.
through
Yes,
to you?
it did. It did
Okay,
indeed.
cool. I
I've seen-
wasn't sure it because it didn't notify me or anything.
No,
Phil,
so it shouldn't. No, it's come through. And to round that off, can you all make a perception check?
Normal?
Yeah, if you like, it doesn't really matter now.
Well, then what's the point?
Oh, well done.
A blind one or just in the open?
It doesn't matter whether it doesn't matter to you. I only the result in the WoW was a few 20s.
Is that two 20s?
Ching, ching,
All
ching.
20s.
Wow.
Okay, right. So you collect all your stuff together and set off again. Tackling, you feel you hear something, hear and feel something like as if something's like hit your backpack.
Isn't something's pushed me or hit me or
No,
like a
something as if
projectile?
something's just as if something's dropped on it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
You're like
a macaw is just shit on your back.
a bit heavier than that. Like say something like a I don't know. Say like a stick or a fruit or something and dropped from a tree and landed on your pack. That kind of sort of sound and weight.
I'll whip round and just check around to see what I can see, Phil.
Nothing.
Nothing in the tree line?
No,
Nothing
no.
above?
Do we notice tackling suddenly acting all sus?
Anything on the floor that looks like it's out of place? Like a little carved stone or anything? Or
I suppose you can make another perception check. Well, you all notice that tackling suddenly stops and starts looking around and is now crawling around on the floor as if he's
Someone's
looking for
just
something
thinking
he's
about-
dropped.
What are you doing?
No, there's nothing.
I could have swore something just hit me in the back.
Is something inside your bag, maybe?
No, it felt external.
Basically, in your backpack, don't you just carry the jug of alchemy?
Pretty much, yeah.
We should take it out and check on it.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay, right. You take out the jug. Inside the jug, you can see there's a snake curled up.
What the hell?
What?
The snake's dropped down, got inside your backpack and curled up inside it.
How long ago was this? Can I still talk to Beast, Phil? How long ago was this?
No, that was ages ago.
Okay.
Why don't you just ask for acid out the jug and just sort the snake out one time?
Let's just try. We know of talking snakes. Let's try communicating with the snake in common. Just no free rides. Anything?
You're not sure if it's understood you or not, but it does. It raises its head and looks at you, and its tongue flicks in and out a few times.
and then it strikes.
Yeah, I'm well prepared for it trying to attack me, Phil.
Tip it out.
Yeah, fine. Let's tip it out on the floor. No. Because then it'll try escaping if it knows it's been caught. We've got it at this moment in time where we need it to be. I'll call everybody else over and just say we've got a freeloader. I don't know where this guy's come from. Given what we know about talking snakes, do we want to interrogate him?
Uh,
I'm not trusting. I'm sorry.
The
I
last
think it's-
snakes we met had been awakened by something and were centuries old. They weren't shy.
I think this is just wildlife that's just dropped down out of the tree, to be honest.
Has this snake
Yeah.
got wrinkles? Does it look old?
I don't think snakes get wrinkles.
They just get massive.
It's got a beard and a pair of glasses.
Yeah,
A walker, a Zimmer frame.
long white beard.
Bus pass.
False teeth.
Does it just look like a normal snake, Phil?
It looks like a snake.
Yeah, just toss it out.
I don't know.
Well, then put the lid back on the jug and you can carry it with us, but just a snake in a jug.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we can just ask the jug for acid and burn this motherfucker alive. I'll put the lid back on, Phil, and stick it back in my backpack.
Okay,
Tell him he's going nowhere.
right, fair enough. Right. Carrying on.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Radio. Okay, right, you set off again. With your
Passenger.
stowaway. Yeah, with your passenger. Okay, right, you've been walking for about half an hour or so, maybe more, and you hear hissing overhead. Lots of hissing. And as you look up, you see
No.
as you look up, you see a flock of flying snakes, all traveling in the same direction that you're walking. And they like fly. They come from where you've been, fly overhead, and disappear from view.
Well, they're flying.
How are they flying? With wings.
They're
Oh, that's
flying
got wings.
snakes. Yeah, they're flying snakes in Chult. We've seen some. It was one of the things Phil described in Port Nyanzaru. People keep them as pets.
I believe one of the Turtles was selling one at the market
yeah.
Yeah.
in I can't remember the name of it.
I
Oh,
want
can't
this
remember
to, I don't want this to turn into like a Jurassic Park situation. Do we want to just empty this snake? Are they looking for this baby snake? Potentially?
It's not a baby
On the
snake.
snout of Omgar.
It's not a baby snake.
No.
Has it got wings? Do we notice wings on it?
It didn't know. I think you noticed wings. It definitely doesn't have wings on it now.
Okay, so it could be a baby snake that's not got its wings.
It could be, I suppose, if that's what happens to him.
Or it's just hiding from the flying snakes.
I don't blame him. Creepy as
Are you
fuck.
keeping it or tipping it out?
No, we're keeping him.
I am.
Okay.
We can use him as a bargaining tool. We can melt him alive. Worst case scenario.
Okay. Right. So, you just carrying on them.
Yeah,
Right.
just
Okay.
keep a more wary eye out.
Right.
You see it as a good sign.
A good omen. Snakes in the sky.
Snake in a jug.
Snake in the sky. It's not in your eye.
Samuel L. Jackson did a film about that, didn't he? Snakes on a plane.
There's snakes in your eye.
Snakes on a plane.
I know. Right, okay, so you carry on anyway. You go on for you've been going for about another half an hour or so, and you can hear, gradually getting louder, a chorus of hissing from somewhere up ahead. It's not deafeningly loud, but it's a lot of hissing.
Move ahead cautiously.
Okay, right. Sorry.
Alternatively, we take another 10 minutes and try talking to this snake that I've got and see what the fuck's going on.
That's actually a good idea because we want to talk ourselves out of a fight with thousands of snakes,
That'd be a
especially
good idea,
flying
wouldn't it?
ones. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't roll 1,000 poison death saving throws and survive.
So what are you doing?
Casting Talk to.
I think we're taking 10 minutes, so you can cast Speak with Animals again.
Okay.
My Discord died. I'm back.
Cool.
So yeah, is that all right? Is that acceptable?
Yep, go for it. Speak with animals.
So I'll do that then, Phil. 10 minutes out. Ritual. Speak beast and talk to the snake.
I'll cast, when it's over, I'll cast Guidance on Tacklin to give him a D4 boost.
Okay. Right. So you take a while to cast the ritual.
So yeah, once the ritual's cast, I'll
And then
take take the drug out and just take the lid off and.
Yeah, everyone's changed position on the Twitch
Nope.
channel now.
That's because Dan's camera's not up.
Yeah, my thing. Is it not? Sorry.
No.
There we go.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah. That's it.
Sorry, Discord died. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
talk to the snake.
Okay, right. The snake looks at you as you talk to it in sort of yes.
Asshole tongue. I'll just
yeah.
say to him, we seem to be travelling the, my shit, they're not very intelligent, are they?
No, they are not. In snakes
We-
are not very intelligent.
We go same way.
Okay, right. If a snake can look puzzled, it looks puzzled.
Help snake.
Right.
They were
It
question
sort
mark at
of
the end.
it's sort of rises up, and sort of sticks its head out the top of the jar, and slowly slithers out of the jar and drops to the floor, and then slithers towards in the direction of the noise.
What noise? Snake friend.
Bit.
That we're saying to the snake.
Yes.
It ignores you and just like carries on and
Wait,
disappears
snake
into
friend.
the and disappears from sight.
Fucking hell.
They've only got one intelligence.
Is there anything else that could? Well, I've got 10 minutes of this now. So is there anything else I could try and get the attention of? Try and talk to it, find out what's going on nearby.
About 1 billion snakes about 30 yards ahead of him.
I'm gonna try talking to them all at the same time. Hello. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't seem to have worked out. So carry on then, Phil.
Like I said, they have got an intelligence of 1, so
I tried talking to it like a simpleton.
that would probably Harvard level of education compared to that. Bachelor's degree.
Investigate the slithering, the hissing noise.
Okay, fair enough. Right, so you head forward, parting the brush aside as you go, and reveal a vast clearing at the centre of which sits an idol of a 7-foot-tall coiled snake, each of its eyes a gleaming golden gem. Surrounding the idol are hundreds and hundreds of snakes, carpeting the floor, hanging from the branches of bushes and trees surrounding the clearing.
You said that they were hissing, there were noise. Are they
Yes.
actually saying anything? Is there any kind of chant or
Are they saying
is it a
anything?
prayer or
There's a
anything?
bit,
or
yeah,
is it-
yeah. If anything, I would say you seem to think it's there's no words as such because they're not that intelligent to have. But yeah,
Are they all saying the same thing?
it does seem to be chanting would be a probably good description of what they're doing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll
Right,
just let
guys.
everybody else know that they're chanting something towards the idol. I don't know what it is.
I suppose you could make an intelligence check. What would it be? What am I thinking of? What's a stupid psychology skill to put in this game now? Not intuition.
Perception.
No, not
Insight.
insight. That's the one. You can make an insight check.
Yeah, okay.
You doing, Louis?
No, I'm not.
My dog started wagging its tail in its sleep, smacked my cabling, and took my second screen out.
Right.
That's enough. So you've no idea. It sounds. Yeah, they're making this repetitious noise. Could be that you come up with the idea. So yeah, that's what pops into your head. That maybe they're chanting. Maybe.
I'll just let everybody else know that that's what I'm thinking. Snakes are chanting. 10,000 snakes are chanting.
Do we recognise the idol?
No.
I don't think we
Does it
want
look
to
like,
any idols after the last one.
Yeah.
Does it look like what? Sorry.
Look like one of the talking snakes.
Well, those two snakes were just like just typical snakes, really. There wasn't anything apart from the fact they could talk. There wasn't anything unique about them. But this statue is there. It's just of a. The statue appears to be, or this idol appears to be of a just a normal snake. Well, obviously a 7-foot tall statue of a snake, a coiled snake. There's nothing like fantastical about it or anything like that.
Do we cast Detect Magic and just see if anything's, or do we just kind of chalk this up as this is just more weird chilt shit and keep on going before we piss off hundreds of flying snakes?
So yeah, there's all different types of snakes. There's flying snakes and snakes of all different sort of colours, sizes.
You're not making me feel any better about the situation. Yeah, let's chalk this up to more weird stuff. I'll stick in a ballad at some point in the future, and let's keep going. Unless you guys want to go play Tig with a massive statue and see what the snakes do to you.
No.
No. Okay, cool. We move on, full. We make like tourists and go snap, snap, and keep walking.
Keep turning down the offers of gifts. I don't know. Right. Okay. So you carry on. You give it a big detour, wide berth, and head off.
Phil, I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you mean the cursed gifts?
Yes.
Right. So you carry on your merry way, and the rest of the day passes without incident. Somebody can make a survival check, see if you can find somewhere to make camp, reasonable to make camp. And I think there might be something else. You know what happens? The old problem with these tiles is I can't see what's underneath them.
You want me to do it, Dan?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Take
really
it in turns.
annoying.
Hey.
Yeah. So, you emerge. Shortly before you stop to make camp, you emerge from this area of like canyons and plateaus back into the jungle proper. Okay, right, yeah, and you find a suitable campsite, nice and sheltered, easily protect, sort of defensible. And go about your preparations for making camp. Eventually set up your shelter and resume your watch, and anything like that, your downtime activities that you need to do. And is there anything else, anything in particular anybody's wanting to do this evening while you're camping, or Well, this evening.
I think they were going to take a closer look at that wand between Fafuk and Cade.
Yeah.
Okay, who's got the wand now?
I do.
Right.
I'll make sure I'm like more than 30 feet away from them when they're investigating it.
You don't trust us or you don't trust Phil?
I don't trust the wand.
Right, ritually cast detect magic.
Okay. Right, so the wand is indeed magic, and it is. You get to pick up enchantment from it, but also something else. But it's sort of like it's changing rapidly.
Cursed.
So there's some other form of magic, but it's kind of fluctuating. So you're not able to like tie it down, identify it.
I try to identify it to see if maybe it comes up as something particular designed that way. Or are you saying that I can't identify it at all?
You can't identify. So there's you can detect there's enchantment magic on it, but there's also some other type of magic, but it's fluctuating. It's like it kind of fluctuating, so your spell's not able to like determine, like kind of lock it down and determine what this other type of magic is.
Okay, then I'll I'll cast identify on it to see if it's peculiar to the design of the wand or if it tells me anything else.
Okay. Right, so you'll have to spend a long rest studying it then.
Don't I just cast identify?
You can, but it's part of the process.
Oh, right. So identify now takes a long rest.
Yeah. So it did. Yeah.
Okay. So
you have to spend some time. Yeah, you still have to spend the time with it. You cast a spell, which obviously doesn't take too long, but yeah, you still have to like study it and work with it. It's not going to the spell by itself is not. It's not going to reveal anything from this particular thing, just like that.
Okay, so the process is cast identify, spend a long rest time period with it,
yeah,
and then roll an Arcana check.
Yes.
Or do I? Okay, right.
Yeah, for this particular thing. Yeah. Some things will Arcana identify whatever it'll be able to do it. Some things require more time than others.
Can I assist him somehow?
You can, of course you can. You can always assist.
Yeah, you can cuddle up. We can spend a long rest together.
Okay, so
that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Okay.
So you need to spend.
I'm trying to give you useful advice from the borderline. Like 30 feet away.
Coward.
In my own way, talking too much.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not sure I'm actually helping, but I try.
Okay.
So like I say, it's a long rest period, so it's not actually. So that means you need to spend 8 hours with it. So that doesn't include actual resting.
Oh right, okay. So that means like spending 8 hours just studying the item.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so it's not a long rest.
So yeah, it's a long rest. It's a period of a long rest, but not It's 8 hours.
Yeah. Okay, no.
So you could get half of it.
Okay,
so during a long rest, you could probably get half of that time. It doesn't have to be done. As long as there's not a massive gap between it, you don't have to be like consecutive 8 hours.
Okay.
So you could probably get at least get half of that time, half of that done while you're like.
Cool. Okay.
Or some of it, a fraction of it.
Yeah, I'll put some time into it, and then hopefully I don't roll low on the Arcana check.
Yeah. Okay. Is anybody else doing anything at all?
No.
No.
Nope. Nope. Rightio. Just where's my Okay then. Right. So, the night passes without event. Nothing to report. And you awake the next morning. Let's see. So next day, dawn, 16. Yep. Okay. Right. Yeah. So you awake the next morning. There's it's been raining a little bit overnight. So when Cade cancels the shelter, you're like you're covered with the rain, the water that's collected on top of the shelter. So you get a bit wet, damp, and set about making something to eat, packing everything up, and getting back on your way. By the time that the sun is rising, is there anything you want to do before you set off, or are you just gonna get on your merry way again?
No, might as well crack on.
Yeah, just crack on
Okay.
towards Orolunga.
Radio. Right. So does one of you want to make the navigation check, the survival roll for navigation, and then the other one for the foraging?
I'll do the foraging one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Boom. Find a Tesco's. Okay.
Would that give me a chance to roll
Yes.
for me?
Yes. Yes, it
thingy
does.
one?
Yes.
The major one.
Yeah. Well, you can take an automatic success for that.
Yeah, all right, nice one.
I think that's deserving of that. Again, a critical on that. Yeah. So yeah, take an automatic success on it. Okay. So as you're heading along, Orbold manages to forage a bit of food and fresh water as you're going along. Some mainly fruits and a few consumable roots. You also spot a clump of plants at the sort of like each one's sort of like these big sort of spiky fronds, like leaves, almost like like the like leaves that come out of a like grow around the bottom of a pineapple. Sort of spiky fronds that come up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the plant's like that, except it's quite big. But at the centre of these like spiky leaves is like a large purplish-looking fruit.
Aren't those face huggers?
I'll give one to tackling to try.
Okay, you're going over. Okay, right. As you get close to it, it's there's a quite an unpleasant odour coming from them.
No,
It's a good sign.
it's not one of them corpse flowers, is it?
Dig deep. I bet it's delicious.
It smells bad. Just leave it alone.
I'll see if there's a rock or something nearby, Phil.
Probably.
Why?
Pick up
If
a
you
rock
want
and just throw it towards the middle of them.
Okay. You roll a d20 then. Just make sure you. Okay, right. You hurl a rock at one of these plants. It hits this fruit, sort of slightly dislodges it.
There's no
Do you want us-
snapping of teeth or
No,
Venus
no,
flytrap moments or anything like that.
no, not at all.
You don't want us to just cast Mage Hand? We could go fetch one for you.
No, go on then, do that. That's safer.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoy watching you try to go get the fruit and the spiky plants, but
Oh no, he won't to attempt to get it. It was just to make sure it wasn't just going to be a trap and the plant try and eat me.
Okay, yeah. I cast Mage Hand and Cinder skeletal hand off to go try and retrieve one of the big purple fruits for Obold.
Okay, right, yeah, no problem. So you carry one of these fruits back to Obold.
Actually, want to try something?
It tastes better than it smells.
So yeah, you say
Yeah,
as it gets closer, it smells pretty bad. Not
All right.
overpoweringly bad, but it's not a pleasant smell.
I'll give one to Tackling to try then.
So you've just got the one at the minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I eat it.
Oops.
Take a big bite out of it. Nom 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 nom.
Okay. Right. It's surprisingly very nice. It's really sweet and juicy. Once you sort of bite into it, the smell from inside of it overpowers this like horrible rotten smell on the exterior of it. But yeah, it's really nice.
These are delicious. Ignore the smell.
I'll go and gather up a few then, Phil.
Okay. Right. So you go over to this clump of plants, and as you step over your foot suddenly like sinks into the ground, and you as you stumble into an expanse of quicksand.
Joy.
And, so let me see. You immediately sink about 3 or 4 foot into it, and you are classed as restrained apparently, and start to slowly sink.
Someone throw me a rope. I'm sinking.
Get rope
We
out
find a
and
rope. We find a rope.
I have 50 feet. I can spare that.
Okay. So you hurl the rope over. Meanwhile, Tackling sinks a little bit more. Oh, just another
Tackling is
foot.
me.
Sorry, Obold. Obold sinks a little bit more. Another foot
If
or
it was
so.
Tackling, he'd be like underneath it all by now.
I'm observing, just eating this fruit. It's delicious.
Okay, so Cade hurls a rope over for you.
Oh, is anyone other than Cade going to grab on the other end?
Yeah. Fafook's going to help out, obviously.
In a minute.
We are
In a
strong
minute.
together. I
I'll
have
go
-1.
Well, I'll try and pull myself out then, Phil.
Okay. So
We have, yeah.
you just use that immovable rod. Movable.
Oh, brilliant idea. I set up the rod, tied the rope, one end.
okay, so you're gonna do that. Okay, so while you're doing that,
Well, I'm sinking.
Obold sinks a little bit more.
I try to work faster.
So you sink another 2 feet, so that's 6 feet so far.
Do you want me to bore you? Do you want me to bore you with reality here?
That's me underneath them, Phil.
so
No,
yeah,
that's not how it works. Do you want me to bore you with?
it is in this.
With...
Yes, I know. I'm fully aware of how quicksand works in real life, but that's
all right.
That's how this works.
Okay.
I thought it was Obo that had the rod actually.
No.
No.
Cade. It's always Cade.
So yeah, by the time you've done that, you look up and there's just Obold's hand.
Well, no. Cade is trying to tie to the immovable rod. Fafook's pulling on the rope while Cade's tying the back end.
Very well. So
Yes,
you can make a
that's exactly what we do.
So Fafook, you can make a strength check.
No, I'll stood there like statues, Phil, while Cade's tying this thing.
It was more amusing that way, though.
We suddenly realised this is how things work in this ability check. That's not bad. That's not bad. Considering.
Okay, so yeah, Cade sort of secures the rope to the movable rod. By which time you've managed to. So between you managed to drag Obold out. So you're covered in your wet. Your clothes are just filthy and wet and wet.
Yeah, well, there's nothing I can do about that for the moment.
No.
Until we find some stream or river.
Well, it's raining, so there's that.
It was.
Oh, baby.
It was during the night. It isn't risen
Oh,
at
it
the minute.
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're better off
shame.
just using your mage hand to gather a few of them then.
Yeah. Fruit and Cade can go gather some more fruit then.
Okay. So you managed to gather about 5 or 6 of these fruits. What are you doing
Excellent.
then? Continuing on your way, or go on? Sorry.
Yeah, we just carry on.
Okay. Right. Gather together. You harvest some of these fruit, gather them, pack them away, and set off on your way again. Obald squelches along.
I'll try and find a branch, Phil, that's about 10 foot long.
Okay. 10-foot pole.
Yes.
I can use my staff.
Oh God.
Or you can use blue high staff. Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I'll just use a branch for now, because there should be some line about in the
Yeah.
jungle.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
It won't
imagine
be
some
too
folk
hard.
or not.
No. I shouldn't imagine that'd be too hard to find a branch in a jungle.
And I'll give that to whoever's leading, because it's going to be given to tackling to begin with.
Yeah.
For while we're travelling through, because then he can poke the ground every now and again just to make sure we're not wandering into quicksand.
Yes, you can indeed. Okay, so it slows your progress somewhat as you, cautiously make your way forward, checking the ground as you go. But after about an hour or so, you've not come across any more quicksand or whatever it was. And you come to another clearing. Sort of, you're like surrounded by tree stumps, so it's like the area's being manually cleared.
Mhm.
And sitting in the centre of it is a compound, some kind of compound surrounded by a tall wooden fence, like a stockade kind of wall.
We're not there already, are we?
Yeah, I wondered if it's some of the nutters that got lost from Camp Vengeance.
Yeah. Is it like built in human proportions, or is it like slightly off? Like too small or too big? Or
No, probably like humans. Yeah, it's about maybe about 10 feet tall.
Do they look like the walls on that around Camp Vengeance?
Well, like I say, it looks like a stockade wall. It's made out of sort of tree trunks, hammered, sort of set into the ground and then lashed together.
Interesting.
It doesn't look particularly new. It's not old it doesn't look old and abandoned, but it looks like it's been here. It's not. It looks like it's been here a while.
Is there an obvious path
Or gate?
leading? Yeah.
So there's no path, but I suppose if you sort of have a look around, you want to sort of walk around the perimeter of it or something.
Yeah, keep out on the outside edge and just walk around a wide area around it.
Okay.
Just to see what we can see.
Is that everybody? Anybody else doing anything particular, different? Yeah, everybody?
Oh, sounds like a good idea, yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Yep.
fair enough. Okay, so you circumnavigate it, you walk around the perimeter, staying a sort of a reasonable distance away. And on one side there's kind of a gate. It's although it's closed. You can also as you're walking around as well, you can see, just make out the peaked roof of a building in roughly the just off centre. And you can also hear some kind of animals inside, like a grunting sort of grunt. Yeah, sounds of some kind of animals.
I'll say to Lohai, do you and me want to just sneak up to it and then have a look around and see if we can have a peek inside through any gaps in timbers or anything like that?
I can do.
I place Blessing of the Trickster on Luzai, so he gets advantage on stealth.
Okay. So what are you doing then?
I think we'll take a side each.
Uh-huh.
So move to opposite sides of the clearing, and then stealthily approach it from each of our sides and have a wander around. Go
Okay.
around it like clockwise each.
Okay.
So we don't bang into each other. See if we can have a look for any gaps in the logs or anything like that. See if we can see anything inside and what there is.
Okay. Is that stealthily? You're going around it stealthily, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you're going as a group, as a pair?
No.
No.
He's going to one side of the clearing and then approaching it, and I'm going to the opposite side of the clearing from him and approaching it.
But you're going around the
So then
same
we-
direction.
But we're both going clockwise.
Okay.
So
you
just
can
basically circling each other around it.
you can both make a stealth check then, I guess.
I've got to do a 1d4 as well, haven't I?
No, advantage, you roll 2d20s.
Oops. Right.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Right. So you both circle this compound. You manage to sort of get a peek through some of the gaps, and you can make out what looks like a corral that's with some a few dinosaurs penned in, and there's also a house, some kind of building, a house possibly.
They're like rideable dinosaurs.
So some of them are like quadrupeds. One of the so the ones that like the four-legged ones, you do remember somebody in the dinosaur race in Yanzaru, somebody riding one of these. Or rather, there's two. There's these four-legged ones that you've seen being used as like you've seen before, being used as like beasts of burden, and there are also these horse-sized ones but they're like on two legs, and somebody was riding one of those in the dinosaur race. So the quadruped ones, they look quite heavily armored backs, and they've got a tail with like a club, a ball of bone, almost like a club on the end of its tail. I think I can show you a picture. Actually, have a look.
Not like a Stegosaurus.
I'll show you
No,
a picture.
Stegosaurus have a Thagomizer.
A what?
So, and Ankylosaurus, I thought so. Ankylosaurus is the one with armored back and the club on its tail. Yeah, the spike. Didn't you know the story? The Stegosauruses have the spikes on the tail, and Gary Larson wrote a joke about like Neanderthals teaching each other about dinosaurs, and the one Neanderthal said to this group sat in front of him in this cave, and this is the Thagomizer, named after the late Thag Simmons, obviously. And paleontologists realized they never actually given a name to the spiky thing on the end of a Stegosaurus's tail, and so in honor of Gary Larson, they named it the Thagomizer. So there you go. There's a thing you now know.
That's what one of them looks like. And this is the other ones that are in a separate pen.
That's an Ankylosaurus, yeah. Ooh, that looks like a velociraptor.
It looks a bit like Knuckles from like Pirate Bar.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Knuckles. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is this is a bit bigger than that. Looks similar, but it's a bit bigger. Like I said, they're about it walks on two legs, but it's about the size of a horse. Small horse.
You know.
I don't know what you took. Is it a show?
Oh, did I not show that one? Yeah, I did show that one. Yeah. Did I?
Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll put it up again. I can put it up again. It's no problem. There you go. See it? See it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
There's a bigger version of Knuckles then.
Sorry?
So it's like a bigger version of Knuckles.
It's a similar kind of. You're not sure if it's the exact same creature, but it's it's something similar, but it's bigger.
So do we think this is like a stockade for captured dinosaurs, and there's some dino wranglers around here that are now going to ship these things to civilization or something?
I think this is just one bloke probably living out in the middle of nowhere on his own. Be like a hermit.
Be a druid.
Yeah. Anything useful in there, or shall we just crack on?
Just make his way back to the party then, Phil, after we've had a look around and stuff.
Okay.
To relay what we've seen.
I think it'd be useful to investigate further.
Yeah. Potentially could be a place we could stay for the night as well. If he's not violent.
Time are we on?
Time it is. Oh, it's later than that. Let me just check. So it's about midday-ish. In fact, just after.
Might be somebody who's got some useful information.
Yeah. About the area and where we need to go.
Could probably tell us about that snake statue as well.
Certainly ask for free.
I vote that a couple of us go up and knock on the gate.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, who's doing that then?
Let me and Lou, I go and give the gate a once over just to make sure there's no trap
Okay.
and no doorbell that says press me.
Okay, you can make a perception check, I guess. One of you, or you can assist, so one of you can roll with advantage.
Go on, I'll assist.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hey.
Beep, beep, beep. No, there's nothing. Just a perfectly normal gate. Construction
And
is
there's
the same.
there's no like rope that says pull me
No,
or bell
no,
that says
no.
ring me or
No,
Right.
that I don't think you need a perception roll for that. That'd be for that to be of any use, that'd have to be pretty obvious. But no, there isn't
Yeah.
anything like that now.
Okay. Well, I'll just bang on the gate and
Okay, right.
just go, hello.
You bang on the gate as best you can. I mean, like I say, it's pretty sturdy, solid, so it's it doesn't make a loud noise banging on the gate. The gate rattles a little bit, and it's obvious that it's like barred from the other side.
Yeah.
But yeah, you like bang on the gate, shout out a few times, but after a few minutes pass, and there's no response.
Hmm. There's no more noise from the dinosaurs or anything.
Well, no more noise than they're already making. Just just making the noises that they would make as they go about the day to day, whatever that may be.
Daily dino grind.
Yeah.
Not like guard animals then.
No.
Okay. We'll try and climb to the top then, Phil.
Yep. No problem. It's easy to climb over. Doesn't pose any difficulty.
Well, I'm just going to climb to the top and sit on the top and survey the inside.
Okay. Yeah. So, as you suspect, there's two sort of corrals inside. One holding these quadrupeds, and the other holding these two bipedal dinosaurs. One in the compound holding these two-legged dinosaurs. One, some of them eating the corpse of another
Of another dinosaur.
of another one of their one of these bipedal dinosaurs is dead. The rest of them appear to be eating it.
Yeah. Possible it might be. The place might be empty then.
Abandoned.
Yeah.
You can make an insight check as well.
You see a piece of clothing in dino poop.
Okay, right, yeah. So you notice the in the other corral, the sort of the vegetation. There's very little vegetation left. And there's like a I forgot what they call them. The
Manger.
yeah, manger, whatever it's called, the dispenser that they put in a stable that they put the hay in for their horses or whatever. But yeah, that's empty, and the ground is like being like almost stripped bare.
Or they've just been feeding on it and never been moved elsewhere.
Oh no, whoever tops up the feed is gone.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So they've just been left to just chew on what vegetation there is around them until it's all gone.
So yeah,
I'll
and
drop
that
down the
as
other
well.
side.
There's like I said, there's a building just off centre of this compound.
I'll drop down the other side then, Phil, and have a look and see if the bar's easily removed.
Yeah. So you can just slide it across or lift. It just slides across, and you can open the gate without a problem.
I'll do that then.
Okay.
And then I'll motion for Luhai and the rest to come up.
Step in then.
What's somebody
Yeah, I
else do?
think it. So to Luhai, I think it's abandoned because there's one of the dinosaurs has died and the others are eating it. And it doesn't look like they've been fed in quite a while. The other ones, the herbivores.
You want to check out the building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and check out the building, Phil.
Okay. So is that everybody? What's everybody doing? Just everybody going to check out the building? Somebody is doing something else? What are you doing?
Checking out the building.
Yeah.
Checking out the building.
And what about Cade and tackling?
Checking out the building.
I help to check out the building.
Okay. Everybody's going to check out the building. Radio.
I would
Okay.
suggest
Why not?
I was going to say I suggest someone staying outside the building though, just to be on the safe side. Because now we've got the gate open, we don't want stuff just like wandering in through the gate. Now we've opened it.
I can do that. I'll stay behind. Push on, little halfling.
All right, I go in.
Okay. So what's tackling doing then?
I'll be staying inside the compound, but just watching the gate.
Okay. Fair enough. Right. So the rest of you can go over to the house, to this building. As you get closer, it's obvious it's like a house. New follower. Thank you. So yeah, it's obviously some kind of dwelling rather than like a barn or anything like that. Although there's like a lean-to one side, sort of like a shelter which like serves as some kind of storage area. But the door, when you get close, you can see that the door's slightly ajar, and there's an unpleasant smell and a buzzing noise seems to be coming from inside.
Buzzing.
A buzzing.
Is it a smell we recognise well?
It is a smell of death.
Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, head inside and wafts away some of the flies. do some last rites.
Okay, so you're pushing open the door. You're assaulted by this smell of rot. And what whoever lived here, it's there's not much left to identify them, who or what they were. There's just gore, just liberally spread across this like single room building.
Oh,
Gore. There's not even anything recognisable as body parts. It's just blood and what must be remains of the organs just scattered and spread across the entire room.
nice.
One of them bipeds got free and slaughtered him.
Yeah, they're all caged up, aren't they?
I don't mean that there's not one inside the house.
No,
Somewhere.
there's nothing. No, there's nothing inside. This is just a single room building.
Ah, right, okay.
Alright, well, do last rites, and I suppose check to see if there's anything valuable here, and then I suppose we need to decide, do we let the dinosaurs out, or do we let them all kind of starve to death?
I'll check the room for some clues still to see what killed him, or if there's some other creature, or footprints, or all like that.
Okay, I suppose you can make a
I'll help him.
perception check, I suppose, maybe.
Perception.
Is this
Do it with advantage since I'm assisting.
Yeah, I guess so. Was it? Such stupid.
Get out.
Oh, investigation.
Oh, no.
Isn't there? Investigation. Right. Anyway, it probably would have been investigation, I guess, but whatever. Oh, right. Okay. You find sort of a weapon that's still attached to a couple of digits of somebody's hand, and some more sort of lumps of flesh that you find. It's look like they've got bite or claw marks. But beyond that, you've no idea. There's not a lot left, so whatever did it appears to have consumed most of whoever it was.
Right.
Right, any valuables?
So you find so there's a few knickknacks and things around that are probably valuable only to the person or people who lived here. Other than that, you find maybe about 5 or 10 gold pieces worth of various coins.
Okay.
Should we say? We shall say it is. About 5 gold pieces worth of like various denominations.
Cool. Right, I suppose our job here is done. Shall we go release some beasts and carry on our way?
Yeah, I was going to say just release the herbivores first, because I think they'll probably move out first, since they've got nothing to eat.
It could be. Kill each other.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let the herbivores go first, because they'll probably just mosey on out looking for some food. Whereas if we release those other things, they're still chowing down on one of their own at the moment.
Might see us as food as well.
Yeah. How many of those two bipedal ones is there?
3.
Just a couple.
3.
And they're chowing down on the fourth one, which is
not all. Yeah. So one of them is.
Has it got gear on it? Like harness and
no.
Harness rope.
No. There are harnesses in the house.
Why don't we take one? Carry our stuff.
Well, one of the
So
herbivores.
there's harnesses and riding saddles, but there's also like tack and stuff that look like they used to like carry things. So from the size of the equipment, it looks like some are meant for these quadrupeds, and then there's saddles and reins that look like they're more suited for the
Bipeds.
for the bipeds.
Except we don't know how to ride them, though, do we?
No. And I wouldn't really want to try.
Stacklin wants to go. Stacklin seemed quite keen on them.
No, not as a riding implement, but yeah, if we want to use it as beast of burden for carrying shit, then
Get the quadrupeds.
Right, so can we leave it? Can we go now?
Are we gonna saddle them up then?
No.
Oh,
Well, the
don't wanna take 'em?
quadrupeds. The quadrupeds, not the bipeds.
No. Fafuk has zero interest in trying to ride a dinosaur.
oh no, not to ride, to carry his stuff.
Yeah, you guys crack on. Tell me when you're done.
You having one of your moments of stupidity?
Sorry, was that a real question?
Dan's gone again.
Yeah, I think the squads are giving him some grief.
We'll switch places again. So what exactly are you doing? How are you going about this?
I'll get all the harnesses and for one of these quadruped beast of burden things.
Okay.
I'll get it all geared up and I'll bring it out.
Okay,
Get
right.
out the compound.
Right. When you approach one, well, when you approach them, they seem a bit skittish and they like quickly sort of move away from you. You have to make a animal handling check, which would be at disadvantage.
Right. If they're
Back
gonna
down,
do
but
that,
your
then-
camera's off.
yeah, I'm trying to sort it.
Okay.
If they're gonna do that, then I'm gonna go out and grab some grass still and
Okay.
feed for it.
Okay, I suppose give you a bit of a bonus. But
And approach it with a feed.
okay, right. Well, make it a little bit easier, but it'll still be at disadvantage.
What?
With a not the completely different to anything.
Disadvantage of animal handling.
Yep. Okay, right. You managed to calm it down anyway. If you can try again and see if it'll let you like get it put the harness and stuff on it.
Disadvantage again.
No, just normal now. It seems to have calmed down.
Yes.
Okay, right. Yeah. You get it all set up, so you'll be able to like get it's big enough for you to like easily get all your packs on it
Cool.
and the rest.
I'll bring it out the compound.
Okay, right. Have some rain, so you can lead it.
Yeah.
Righto. Anybody else wanting to do anything else?
No,
Yeah.
all good.
I'll keep my pack with me,
Okay.
my backpack.
Okay, so while you're doing that, the rest of the ankylosaurs, they slowly eventually wander out, so to start milling around in the compound. what you're doing with the others. The bipeds, are you leaving them, or
Yeah.
just going to leave them in the corral?
Yeah.
How about tackling? Is tackling just going to leave them to starve in the corral?
No, I don't think that's the best course of
Doing
action,
druid boy.
especially since
We're not starving. We've got one of their own to eat.
yeah, no. As we leave him, Phil, I'll keep gate open, and just let him off free.
Is Dan on?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Is
Well,
it?
it's survival of the fittest.
So yeah, so as you're leaving the compound, tackling goes over and really unlocks the gate to their corral.
I'll lead this one away, far away, so it don't get attacked by these.
Right. Well, so yeah, the gate it's open. They should be able to get out. They don't appear to notice. Just going to leave it at that.
Yep, let's make ourselves
Yeah.
scarce.
Tackling.
Yep, fine by me.
Okay. Right. Okay. So you head on your way again.
I'll keep an eye out behind us just in case they start stalking us, though. Because knowing our luck, they probably will do it. They'll try and ambush us.
Okay. Right. Yeah. You leave. So you leave the place. This ranch or whatever the hell it was behind. You look. Keep glancing back. At one point, you see one of these bipeds finally emerges from the compound just as you lose sight of the place. But beyond that, you have no problems. You've now got a beast of burden, although it is quite slow, and it's hard to. It does force you to make more deviations than normal because of its size. Let me give you some stats for it, or I will in a bit when I will eventually, not quite right now. I'm just going to check on its movement rate. Movement rate. All right. No, actually, it's not bad. It's got a movement rate of 30. So, but yeah, you're still having to still force you to make more detours than you would normally, because, like I say, it's not going to. It's much bigger than you. So.
It moves faster than Cade and tackling, does it?
Tackling's got decent movement. It's Cade that's yours
Cade
25.
Yes.
Yeah, Cade can
mine is
probably sit on
25.
it.
Jump
I
on.
was just going to suggest that. We can
Sit
sit him
him
on
on it.
top of it.
Sit on top
Actually,
of it with Luna.
It actually speeds up our thing.
That would be super cool.
Can we get him a kiss me quick hat?
Okay.
It'll speed up our movement rate slightly.
Radio. So you head off with Cade riding atop this Ankylosaurus, with Luna sat at the side of him. Okay, right. So it's getting late in the afternoon. It's almost at the point where you're going to have to start looking for somewhere to camp down, and you come across a wide river blocking your path.
Oh dear.
How wide?
How wide? Probably a couple of 100 yards across.
Yeah.
Joy.
No.
I'm assuming, is it fast flowing?
No, none of the river, and it's not fast flowing. You've not come across a fast flowing river in Chult.
I just wanted to make sure.
It's sluggish, dark, and probably quite deep.
Is there any piranhas?
Well, I don't know. Go swimming. Try and find out.
Just need to dip in some of your parts.
Just whichever toe you don't mind losing.
Yeah, the funny bit.
So you probably got about a few hours of daylight left.
Our druid talk to the Ankylosaurus?
I'd see if he can swim.
No, to see if it would agree to have water walking cast in it.
Yeah.
Gotta
can
be
do
a
that.
bridge, surely, somewhere.
It'll have to be in the morning because it's not ready.
Yeah, I could give it a big pep talk.
Orolunga a big city.
Yeah.
I think it
Is that-
was.
You'd think there'd be a bridge, wouldn't you? Up over like a major river.
Yeah.
That's under the impression that they want people to come there, though, isn't it?
And that's under the impression that it survived.
Yeah, because this place, don't forget, the interior hasn't been populated or colonized for like 100 years or more. Extensively, there used to be, there used to be towns, there used to be settlements and other cities. The Ormo used to be one of the capital, one of the capitals, but that was a long time ago.
Well, I can't cast water walking until tomorrow, unless we feel we can knock together a raft that could take us and a couple tons of dinosaur across the river. We're kind of here for the night.
Yeah, so just setting up a campsite just away from the edge of the river, a bit further in the jungle.
I could try and teach the dinosaur the breaststroke. What time is it?
What time is it? It's late afternoon.
No, let's just go to bed.
It's not bedtime yet. You're like you usually retire at what? Usually retire about 10ish. So it's.
I'm good. I'm not that good. I can't teach a dinosaur how to do a breaststroke in 5 hours. I'm sorry.
So it's about 5 o'clock. It's about 5 o'clock. Like I say, you got a few hours daylight left.
Yeah, if we've only got a couple of hours of daylight left, I'd look to set up a camp nearby, Phil.
Okay.
Because we're not going to go up and down the river searching for a bridge. Only a couple of hours. No, a couple of hours worth of daylight left.
Right.
Yeah, we could split up and one
Or Cade could cast Fly on himself and go up a couple 100 meters, and then you'd be able to see miles and miles and miles up and down the river.
I can send up, Luna and see what she sees.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do that.
Okay. So how far are you going to tell her to go?
200
She finds
feet.
a bridge.
No, I mean up and down the river, not. Or you're just going to tell her to fly up and not. What are you doing? What are you going to get her to do exactly?
I like to ask her to fly ahead, like, I don't know, a couple of 100 meters and fly up to 100 meters high. And let's see what she can see. And,
Okay.
Come back after.
While they're doing that, I'll have a look around for a campsite, Phil.
Radio. So you can make a survival check. So yeah, while Obo's looking around for somewhere suitable for you to camp down.
No.
Oh, so yeah, nowhere. So you're going to be exposed. So you're not going to get.
Oh no! If Obol's like, I think this muggy, smelly bog is the perfect place to have light our campfire. I think the rest of us would be like, no, fuck off. This is truly atrocious.
No,
One of us
well,
is
yeah,
gonna
that is the
find
case.
something
Yeah,
better.
that could be the case. Yeah, that is not going to like say, oh, let's like sleep in this pile of dinosaur shit. The point being that you're not able to find anywhere. The best you're able to find, you're not able to get it doesn't allow you to get a proper comfortable rest. So you're gonna end up in the morning with a level of exhaustion, basically.
Okay, lovely.
Luna reports back from the limited, what she's been able to see, like flies up so high and goes so far either way. She can't see any sign of any means of crossing.
Can we see Orolunga yet, Phil?
No.
Practically next to it, aren't we?
Yeah, but one
No,
of these things are like
They did warn us. They did warn us that you could pass within a couple hundred yards of something in the jungle and not know it's there. So we may have to hunt about.
Yeah, one of these hexes is like 10 miles across, and you're like, 10 miles of thick jungle of trees, like 100, 200 feet tall.
I was just thinking it might be like elevated somehow.
Well, yeah, that's possible. Like Ambala, you could see that in the distance, but this doesn't appear to be. No, you can't see anything. There's no sign of any. You can't see any sign of any structures. Either.
We do have a vague notion of which way we're going, though, yeah?
Yes.
So, if I was to go spider form, climb a tree, and have a look at where we think we're going, would I be able to see if it was off in the distance? And like
well, again, it depends if it was elevated. If it would have to be elevated above the height of the jungle.
Okay, well, we can. If I were to do that, at least we can rule it out.
So the only thing.
Talking.
Yeah.
Dan talking because I can't hear him.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. I can.
Check to see if you've got him muted by some chance.
His profile isn't lighting up.
Hello.
All right. Yeah.
No, it is in Discord. It definitely is.
Yeah, it is for me.
I think I'll have to restart.
Okay.
Fresh.
It's my end probably. I've had nothing but problems with
No. It's working for all of us. It's just Lee that it wasn't.
Sorry.
Try it now, then, Don. See if you can hear you now.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Cool.
Must have been.
No, I think it might have been me, mate. Sorry, I've had nothing but trouble with Discord.
Anyway.
So what my idea was is just to make sure that it wasn't elevated. If it was elevated, I could jump up and have a look around and see if we could see we were heading in the right direction. But if it's not, then at least that's half the problem dissipated. If that makes sense.
Okay, so tackling changes form and climbs up to a vantage point, but no, you can't see anything.
Even though we know it's supposed to be over here.
Yeah, but that's like I say, that's not surprising really.
Can't see anything between us and the mountains.
Okay, no. So it's not in the skyline.
No.
How tall's the tallest tree?
Probably a couple 100 feet.
And this is supposed to be a big-ass city.
Well, it was at one point.
Yeah, but loads of cities have been swallowed up by jungles.
Like Fook said, you were told by guides that you could quite easily walk, miss something, walk past a big structure, a settlement, or anything that had been swallowed up by the jungle, and easily walk past it. Walk within a few hundred feet of it and never see it.
Was it Firefinger that we were at the top of, and we saw we were supposed to?
Yes, Firefinger. You could see that from miles away. I mean, that was the point of Firefinger because it was originally a beacon.
Sorry, no, the other way around.
We couldn't see Orolunga from Firefinger now.
No, God, no, that's weird.
I thought we could see Ambala from Firefinger, couldn't we?
Yes, I think we could see Mbala, but Mbala was on top of a like a mile, like a kilometer high flat top plateau.
Yeah.
So,
like an Ayers Rock thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cool. So it's definitely not above skyline. So whatever we're looking for, we're gonna have to be sharp. Okay.
So we're camping.
Yeah.
Yep. So, like I say, you're not able to find anything really comfortable. So you spend a bit of a miserable night.
I'll tie up the mount, Phil.
Okay.
The beast of burden.
Yeah. So you pass a miserable night in the shelter.
I'm going to try something, Phil.
Okay.
I'm going to try And contact Nanny Poo Poo,
Okay, how are you doing that?
this monkey sack.
Okay, so what are you doing?
What do I have to do? Squeeze it, rub it, or what?
I don't know. You said you were going to try. What are you going to do?
I think you got to
Teabag
put
it.
it. I think you got to put it in your mouth and chew it.
Put it in your mouth and go, mm.
Teabag yourself.
Yes. Stick it up one of your nostrils.
Oh god.
I'll rub it, Phil, and I'll say, Nanny Poo Poo, can you hear me?
All right. So, yeah, after a moment, you hear some. You think you detect like the sound of somebody chuckling in your head, and then you hear Nanny Poo Poo. Yes.
Wonder how many times I can use this. I'll try to
Lovely.
reply then, Phil.
She knows what you've just done. That's why she's chuckling.
You just stroked its balls.
I'll say we're next to a massive river here, Orolunga. How do we cross? Get across?
Swim. You're all young men. Swim.
Maybe we still ain't got that snake in the jug. You could have just thrown that in the river to see if there were any piranhas.
For whatever reason, you can't communicate anymore.
Yeah, I thought it might have limited use.
While we're farting about, is Fufuk able to discern the nature of this wand?
So you can spend the rest of the evening and pass some more time on that. So yeah, before you retire, you can make an Arcana check, I guess.
Is it possible? Let me do my divination rolls and help you. 1 sec.
But you're not done them for that day. Dude,
Don't use that one.
That one's not much better.
Not today.
Okay, just a straight roll. Can I use guidance on this by any chance?
What's guidance again for?
It gives you a 1d4 on ability checks.
I guess so. Well, I can't see why you wouldn't.
You can put a situational bonus on your roll, so I'm gonna add the 1d4 into that just to see if. Right, normal. What's that?
That's 18 you've rolled. Just a moment, I just need to check. Oh god, where is it? Oh, I'm hungry. Right. That's a thing. No, it's going to require more study.
Okay. I keep forgetting I've got the animal mask from
You have from Azaka.
Azaka's cooling corpse.
Yeah.
You said I needed to attune to it before I could work out what it did.
No, it requires it. Once you know what it requires, you'd figure out that it requires attunement. So you still need to figure out you might still need to figure out what it does, but you were able to determine it requires attunement.
Okay, so do you want me to? So it's the same process then for the mask.
Yeah.
Okay, and that can start like now as opposed to 3 days ago. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Do you want me to roll now, or do you want me to roll like the next day or something?
We can do it now, I suppose, if you want.
Wow. Of course.
you would.
Why not? Arcana 1d4. Ah, so
No
close.
idea. no
No
idea.
idea.
No idea.
Cool.
So close. It was 5.
No, it landed on a 18 then rolled off.
All right. On mine, he just slid along.
Did it?
Yeah, he just slid along with a 3.
It
Okay.
taunted me.
So, as I say, you spend a miserable evening, and you wake the next day sort of aching, cold, and damp, and with a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, but we're going to be inside the shelter, though, aren't we?
Yes, that's because even though you're inside the shelter, yeah, you still got to sleep on. You still got the ground to sleep on. It doesn't create ground for you to sleep on.
Okay, I like to set up the immovable rod for myself, and how do you call that thing in English? Hammock, and a hammock. I'm tiny, so I should be able to do it for myself.
You can't do it with a single rod.
Why?
Yeah, you need 2.
Hang on. How long is the rod?
It's
about
a foot.
It's a foot long. That's it.
Bugger.
Subway.
Killjoys. Okay, I hang.
You're gonna
hang-
stick it through your shirt and just hang from it like you.
Yeah. So you look like a scarecrow with a pole.
No. I'm gonna be like in a bag carried by a what is this bird?
Could swaddle you up like a baby and dangle you off the end.
Yeah. That's what I mean. The bird who brings.
You're too
baby.
fat. You're too fat.
No, I'm not too fat. I'm tiny.
You're way too fat. Have you ever seen a picture of a halfling? They look like beach balls.
I'm offended by your comments. Shut up. Look! My tiny, skinny legs and my, non-existent tummy.
And your massive hairy feet. Yes, I can see you.
My feet has nothing to do with this. It's pure bones. I'm a strong boned one.
Did you say balls or bones?
Bones.
You're saying the same word over and over. Do you mean round things like this, or do you mean long things inside your body?
Monkey balls.
This halfling accent is very strange.
Dear. Right. Yep. So, like I say, you wake the next day aching, miserable, and with a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Cool.
So after you've breakfasted, eaten and watered, and collected your supplies again created your supplies again for the rest of the day, you're still confronted with the obstacle of the river.
So if Teklan could consult with his dinosaur buddy, it just needs a willing creature. So if it agrees that I can cast a spell on it, and we can convince it to try and walk on water, we can walk across the river.
The actual spell, I can ask it to do things. 1 second, where's it gone? It's like a favour.
Where's the levels? Oh, right.
Speak with yes, with animals. And might be able to persuade the beast to perform a small favour for you. So, yeah, I reckon we could.
How do you change your exhaustion?
Dinosaur across the road.
How do you change exhaustion? Yeah. It's on your
it's on the
sheet.
attributes section. If there's death says exhaustion and inspiration. And you just put a 1 in. Yeah. Just put a 1 in next to exhaustion.
Cool. Done it. Alright, so Teklan tries to convince the dinosaur to let me cast water walking on it along with the rest of us.
Okay.
As a ritual.
So you can make a this will be an animal handling because its intelligence is really limited. It acts on instinct more than anything else. I mean, obviously, it's been domesticated as a beast of burden, so it's must be capable of sort of learning to some degree. But yeah, so you can, like you say, you can get it to allow to allow for folk to cast this spell onto it, maybe.
Oh.
So you'll have to make a check though, see if you can get it to.
Convince it.
Animal handling?
I would say animal handling because it's more animal than you can't really hold a
With
conversation.
advantage, because I've been trying to talk it down.
Yeah, you can use advantage. Yeah, I'll let you use advantage. Like I say, it's not able to really hold a conversation or anything.
Oh, dear.
But no, you're not
Why is
sure.
that druid so shit at dealing with animals? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's not really a druid by trade, is it? To be honest.
His bread and butter is eating animals.
So you're not sure. Like I say, it doesn't.
Okay.
It can't really hold a conversation with it as such.
Okay, Fafuk tries to cast his water walking as a ritual. Let me just quickly check. Its range is 30 foot. So 10 willing creatures I see within range. So it's not like I have to do anything to physically to the creature. I just do my thing.
Okay, right. So yeah, you cast your spell. Cast your.
What I would also suggest is probably to try and blindfold it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't realise it's walking across the water or being led onto the water.
That's
Like blinkers with a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll leave that up to you dudes, and then shall we head across as a group?
Yes. Do you want someone to run across first, just to see if there are piranhas?
Yeah, you do that. You're way quicker than the rest of us.
Oh yeah, it should hopefully take me only a couple of rounds to get across if I do a dash.
Maybe you should do your dash like downriver, and that way, if you do attract piranha attention, you're like over there instead of like over here. What do you think?
I'll just move down from you, and then do a dash across from there.
How big is this beast of burden? Sorry.
It's big.
Well, it's got armor plates on it and stuff, so you're talking
We're
like
talking bigger than 10 foot.
I would say
No,
it's probably about the size of a jeep.
I've seen pictures of one that was excavated, and it was probably about 9 foot long, and you've got no idea if that's like a full-grown adult or like a kid or whatever. So that's probably like
more like the size of a Hummer.
Big. I mean, I mean, you had a person lying next to it, and this thing was like 5 times wider than
Easily the size of a small car.
I'm not big into cars, so you're talking about Jeeps and Hummers.
Well, it's easily the size of what a Mini looks like. So it's easily going to be the size of something like a Mini.
Let's stop measuring everything by cars.
Fat cow, a really, really fat cow.
Yeah.
And then you add the tail and the club on the end.
2 cows stuck together because it's wide as well.
Right. So even if it were longer than 10 foot, we could, if I wanted to, we could kind of shove it across using shape water by freezing the water underneath its feet. What I'm saying is we could get this across without.
It's too big for you to create stepping stones when you can only create two at a time.
2 lots of 5 foot squared.
Yeah, it's too big.
5 foot square is not very big. It's only like 3 foot by 3 foot. Sorry, when you say 5 foot square, do you mean 5 foot by 5 foot?
5 feet in any direction.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
But yeah, it's too big.
Well, let's hope can we blindfold it, lead it forward, and see if See if the water walking has taken.
Okay, right. It's not keen, so it's when you try and cover its eyes, it gets really agitated.
Hmm. You want to try and calm it down, Dal?
Yeah, I can try and placate it. Although this seems to be somebody else's problem. I didn't try bringing this beast of burden with us. Yeah, Phil, try and calm it down.
Okay, so it's an ability check. You are exhausted, so I forgot to mention that before. Yeah, so you're exhausted. It's at disadvantage.
Yeah, fine. Get ready to grab your stuff off this fucking now, because it's going down. Animal handling at disadvantage, Phil? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, exhausted. Ooh. Oh
look at that,
wow, we
natural
got
20.
a 20, unfortunately. So no, it's not gonna. It's not having it. It's not gonna let you like cover its eyes up. It's not like gonna let you blindfold it.
Oh dear.
Oh, let's just leave it and go.
Oh, we'll try leading it across. Blindfolded then.
I'll move. Well, I was going to say if I move 30 feet up from you, and then try and run across, and then see if it attracts any piranhas or not.
Cool, go for it.
I'll do that, Phil.
Okay.
I'll
Right.
move 30 foot up from them.
Yeah.
And then just try doing a straight run across the river.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You cross the river without any problems. Like I say, it's moving slightly, so it's moves you slightly as well. But yeah, you cross to the other side without any problems. You have to. The only issue you have is obviously when you get to the bank on the other side, it's quite thick, overgrown, so you have to hack your way through before you can get onto the bank properly.
All right. I'll try and clear an area
Okay.
so that they can land on it.
Rightio.
So it saves them having to do it when they get across. And then I'll wave across at them with my spear and then go. Thumbs up.
Right. We try to encourage the beastie into the river.
And then I'll sit back and start with a popcorn while they try and get across.
Oh, I'll get across. Definitely get across. Maybe a dinosaur abandoned on the other side of the river, but... Right, so... Phil, are we able to encourage this beastie onto the water then?
Okay, well, somebody who's going to try and do that, they can try an animal handling roll, which will be at disadvantage. It will be more at disadvantage because I'll be disadvantaged. So
I'll do it. I'll do it again.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, right. You managed. So it's a little bit reluctant, and it takes some encouraging, but you finally get it to sort of get it to step into the river, and it's not the spells not affecting it, but with some encouragement, it eventually plunges into the river and starts to slowly swim across.
Oh, cool. Right, I suppose we walk it over the river then.
Okay. Right, so yeah, you get across after all that. You manage to get across. You cross the river without any real incident. So it struggles to get out on the other bank at first, but yeah, you eventually get it out. Stuff on things that it's carrying on its back are probably a bit wet, but since they were partially submerged under the water,
Give him a big scratch. Good boy, who's a good boy? Good boy.
well, yeah. So you get out the other side. Oh, not put next day.
Right, we crack on then.
That's a point.
My dog's just gone mental.
Yeah, sorry.
Dog's gone crazy.
Yeah.
Just hit all the right words. Right, I suppose we crack on then.
Okay.
Yeah. Carry on then, Phil.
Righto. Right, you carry on, strike out back into the thick of the jungle again. Can you make a survival check for navigation and foraging, if you would?
Origin again then.
Do navigation.
Oh, it's disadvantage, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Survival disadvantage.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
you roll really well.
Wow,
Shh, shh, shh.
that's
Let's not,
impressive.
let's not draw attention to it. Let's carry on more.
I got bang average as well.
Okay. Right.
Well, no, you didn't get bang average. That was with a +4.
Yeah, I mean the total was the bang average.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, crack on then.
So you
Sorry.
strike off through the jungle, hacking your way through. Like I say, you're having to make bigger detours than you normally would. So your newfound beast of burden is slowing you down a little bit.
Cade's new steed.
Yeah,
Oh,
Cade
okay.
riding atop. So you keep on going. You've been going for a couple of hours. It's almost midday, and you break through a tree line into a less forested area, and ahead of you, you see a massive brick and stone ziggurat rising up from the jungle.
Yeah.
Oh, are we here?
I would hope so.
Well, I imagine the ziggurat would be part of the city.
Two staircases angle up across the front face, one from the right and one from the left, to meet at a landing on the second level about 30 feet above your heads. That layout repeats itself on the second and the third level, but with each successive layer adding less height than the one below it. The fourth level, about 60 feet above the jungle floor, is an enclosed shrine or temple, its walls adorned with labyrinth symbols. The jungle encroaches right up to and onto this ancient structure. The first flights of steps are choked with creepers, tree roots, and flowering vines. It might also have been surrounded by a city long ago, but the jungle is so dense that it would take hours of searching to find buried foundations and tumbled ruins.
What was the labyrinth symbol again?
So the temple, the building on the top of it is decorated with labyrinth symbols.
That one of the deities?
What?
That was one of the deities.
Obtuo had the labyrinth sigil. Right, I think we might have made it. Fingers crossed and all that.
Oh, guides are back.
Cool.
Did they make it as well?
Oh, unfortunately,
Oh dear. Undead in the party.
yeah, unfortunately, they didn't. Bye bye.
Are you sure?
You must be. You're suffering from exhaustion. You must be hallucinating.
the guilty spectres. Or they're there to cause guilt. Murdering all the
Ruins
porters.
Orolunga.
What do we do?
Wow.
Do we shout out hello? Or do we
No.
kind of just head up the steps and surprise a big snake woman in a bath and see what happens?
Wow, it's pretty big, isn't it? Have you tried zooming out?
Yeah. I think we can leave Cade's steed at the bottom because there's going to be loads for him to chomp on.
Pin him to bottom, he'll be fine. We're back in a couple of weeks. We're back in a couple of weeks. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, to be honest, I don't think we should tie him up, because if we do, fair enough, he's going to have lots of chomp on. But if someone just happens along, another dinosaur, it's like a free meal for him.
Yeah.
I suspect whatever rope we use to tie this dinosaur to a tree will not be an obstacle to it getting away if it wanted to.
Yeah, but when they're domesticated, it's just the resistance that stops them, isn't it? It's not the actual strength of the bridle and stuff like that. It's just the resistance.
I should point out there's a massive fuck-off club on the end of its body.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The size of this building, we're not going to be in and out in a day, are we? So we need to let.
What were you saying, Lee?
We'll tie it up.
Okay.
Where am I? Right, chaps, let's be brave. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
I would imagine we take all the stuff off the beast as well first.
Fook starts trudging up the steps, trying to check for any hidden dangers.
Okay, right. The steps are like almost completely obscured with like tangles of roots and vines and creepers that like grow to a height that's almost to your shoulders. And as you step,
Chopper's way through.
Okay, as you step into them, your claws are torn on like inch-long thorns.
Oh.
And as you try and hack them away, you hack them down, and almost instantly it regrows.
What? That's not good.
No. Is there any places that look clear? Is it just the steps that's covered, or do the landings look clear as well?
These steps are like really heavily overgrown. This first set of steps.
And the other way up?
No, steps on there's a set. Well, you can see there's a set of steps to the left and a set of steps to the right.
Well, if Cade, for instance, or Obold or somebody climbed up the side to the next level and then dropped a rope, could we scale the side of the pyramid instead of going up the stairs?
Potentially, I guess.
Give me the rod and I'll try and climb up. I'll need a rope and the rod.
Cade?
Yeah, I'll fly up, no problem.
No, if you give Obold the rod, he can climb up.
Yeah, sure, do it. So I think you want me to fly up with the rod, okay.
Well, I was, but then Obold had a better idea.
Yeah, let's do it your way, I'm game.
I'll take the rope and the rod then, Phil, and I'll try and climb up.
Okay. Make a climb roll then. Athletics.
Oh, this is going to be the wrong choice.
Ooh, nice roll.
Oh.
Okay. Right. So you climb. What's your half your movement? So your movement rate's what? So it's 45, is it? Your movement rate?
Yeah.
Yep. So you climb up about 20 feet, and then you just lose your grip. You just can't get a grip. No matter how hard, how much you try and hang on to that, like handholds that you can find, you just can't get a grip and just slip and slide all the way back down again.
Hey, yo. Shenanigans going on here.
Where am I?
I mean, do we want to maybe circle the structure, see if there's some kind of ground level entrance that we're missing? That's unlikely, but maybe there is.
I use my shadow step, Phil. Can I get to an angle where I can use shadow step to get up?
Okay. Right. So you shadow step, you disappear, and you just reappear at the bottom of the steps.
No. You're not going to be too easy.
I could try spider form with a rope. See if that can get us up.
Can try it, but I don't think it will. There's something about the magic of this place that stops you being able to gain entry.
I think maybe as a spider, it might not be as aggressive. We could try for now.
Yeah, try it.
Try that, Phil. I'll take the 50-foot rope and spider form, and then
Okay.
skitter up and see if it.
Right. So you climb up about 10, 15 feet or so, and then you just can't keep like a grip of the walls, and you just slip back down. No matter how hard you try, you just can't climb up it.
But it's definitely magic then, because I should be able to clamber up here, no problem.
I wonder if we have a look down at the bottom of it, southern end, and just have a look and see if there's any entrance down there.
Okay. That what
So go
everybody's
all the way
doing?
around.
Yep, we go hunt around the base for any sneaky entrances.
So all the way,
Have a look down that southern end, in between the two staircases that lead up. See if there's any entrance around there somewhere.
Okay. So you can go and search if you want. Unfortunately, it's a disadvantage, of course. But if you're all doing it together, then that'll give advantage. So it'll be just a normal roll.
Who wants to do the roll?
Let me.
Well,
Is
probably
it
best off with
perception, yeah?
Yeah, be perception. Yeah. There's no obvious. Obviously, you get there. And there's no obvious. There's no doorway or anything.
Oh,
For fuck's sake!
Folks,
Yep. That's a shame.
So nothing. You spend a good half an hour or more searching around this the front wall. Nothing.
So go all the way
Okay,
around
well.
the structure.
Going what? All the way around?
So go all the way around the structure.
Okay. What you do? What? Just go walking around and look at it, just for a visual look, or going around and checking the surface, checking it as you go
Yeah,
around.
we check as we go around.
Okay. Right then. I'll let you get away with a check for each side, I suppose. So three checks.
Oh, give me a second.
So you can do it. Presuming you're helping, everybody's assisting. So yeah, it's a normal roll. Okay, so you spend a good half hour on the east side and find nothing. So yeah, you go all the way around. You spend like about an hour and a half checking all the way around this place, and there's no apparent entrance, no apparent way into or up to this place other than there's two staircases on the front. When you get back round to where you started, you notice. Where are we? Just a minute.
There's a big sign saying "Keep the fuck out."
You notice one of those tiny little humanoids sat on like to the side of the staircase.
Sorry, what?
Tiny humanoid.
Yeah, one of them tiny little humanoids you've seen before them. Where I'll find. Oops.
Not like a pygmy.
No, you've seen them before. You've seen them once before.
Where?
Who did?
Might have seen them.
Well, anyway, regardless of whether you have or haven't, that's you see this.
What the fuck is that?
I've never seen that before.
Have you not? Oh
No,
no,
that's-
that's right. You didn't actually see them. That's right. Yeah, that's right. You didn't actually see them. You have encountered them, but you nobody actually ever actually saw it. So, but yeah. So it's this thing. It stands. So it's only a few inches tall. Tiny.
Do we
thing.
know what it is? Do we know what it is? Has someone told us what these things are, or?
I
visions of
think Azaka actually. So you can make a intelligence check, I guess, to try and
So I
recall, because
think
Azaka did mention these
I
things.
think she did, yeah. I
With
think she did.
disadvantage, one assumes.
You can you can make it normally. You can make it normal.
Yeah, well, I don't remember.
Oh, no.
It's totally taken me by surprise.
Okay, so Foot recalls. So I suppose not really. I suppose you're not going to keep the information secret. So yeah, you recall Azaka telling you that they're like possibly some kind of fae. They're sort of like spirits, elemental spirits.
Are these the ones that?
So they, if you remember, you found that little figurine.
Oh, the one that went boom.
No, the other one, in the druid circle.
Oh, right.
And then we got the little seashells. I assume these came from these. I pull out the seashell, the decorated seashell we were given in the druid circle. Our druid didn't recognize.
Okay.
Man.
So like I say, it's almost its skin's almost like pure like onyx, and it's got like scraggly, wiry looking hair, almost like a tangle of roots for hair, and its face is covered by a mask, a tiny stylized mask about the size of your small fingernail, and it's
Like
carved.
a seashell.
What?
So the mask look like one of those seashells.
No, it's actually carved into the face of like a stylized dinosaur face.
I hold out one of the little seashells that we got given to see if it gets a reaction.
Okay, right. It skips down from the spot where it's sitting, and it comes over and holds up its hand.
Like for this shell, or like?
No, it's up to you to decide. It holds its hand out.
Fit the
I'd
shell.
give it
No,
a
I
shell.
couldn't hear if you said out or up. So it holds its hand out as
yeah.
if to take something. Right.
Yeah.
I hand over the shell. And
Okay.
on it is written in its language, "Fuck 'em up. These are all evil."
Okay, right. It takes it from you, looks at it, and then stashes it away somewhere. You don't even know you don't even see where it puts it.
Did it eat it?
No, it doesn't eat it. It does not eat it.
Also,
So it wanders over to the wall at the side of the steps and pulls aside some vines, revealing a plaque with an inscription carved upon it.
Oh,
have a look.
clever look.
Have a look.
Yeah, go and have a look.
Okay. Right. So it's you recognise you can't read. Well, you recognise it's written in old Omuan.
I cast comprehend languages to read it.
You
Yeah,
don't
it's
need
got
to
a
do that. You've got the helmet.
Oh, who's got a helmet? Oh, never mind then. Who's got the helmet?
Exactly.
No, kid's got it.
All right.
Yeah, I think I do, but I'm very happy to, share it, lend it. Anyone needs it, no problem.
I'll give it for folk then so they can read it.
Yeah, I do it.
Sorry, what's happening?
giving you the helmet so you can use it to read.
Oh, it's not. You don't have to attune to this thing or anything. You can just use it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I tried to read the inscription.
Okay. Are you reading it aloud or to yourself or?
I'll read it out loud so the rest
Okay.
can hear.
Okay, it says.
You are so fucked. Right now, you have no idea. Sorry, carry on.
Let me just get rid of this little. No, I'll leave it for now. Okay, it says the first brother was the oldest, and had inherited a great sum of money and material comforts without working a day in his life. He was utterly smitten with a peasant woman, and he asked her for her hand in marriage, expecting there to be no way she would deny him. He promised her wealth and luxury beyond her wildest dreams. However, she had only one desire, an orchid, the colours of the setting sun. If he would go and find her such a flower, she would marry him. He said he would send his servants on such a quest, for he had not the time to waste on such things. His would-be bride scoffed and told him that if he would not be willing to spend a moment of his time on her, why should she spend her life with him? And so the first brother had failed, for he was selfish and did not learn the value of honest work.
Sorry, was that it?
Yes.
No more.
No.
Some kind of riddle?
Well, the obvious one would be that we need to get our hands on a red orchid. I mean, the subtext is you have to put in some effort. You can't buy the orchid or get given the orchid. You've got to go get it yourself. It also may imply that each one of us has to get an orchid.
Yeah.
We can't just go and get one or get 5 or whatever. It also implies he was selfish, which is a little weird. Sorry, I may have paraphrased this. He was selfish because he wouldn't go spend the effort to look for it. So let's say if one of us finds 2 of them, it would be selfish to keep 2, but on the other hand, if you give it to someone who hasn't looked for it, it probably won't work for them. So I suppose effectively we all have to go and look and find our own orchid, if at all possible, and see if that works. Does that make sense? Or
I
Yeah.
think it's more of a metaphor for something.
red orchid with petals the color of, was it sunset, sunrise?
Yes, sunsets. An orchid the colour of the setting sun.
That's more oranges.
Right. I thank the little creature. Does it just hang around watching us, or does it
Yeah,
scoot
it's
off?
just sort of stood there watching.
I ask it if it knows where any red orchids could be found.
Okay, it sort of it moves its head, sort of moves around. You almost get the impression it's talking to you, you know, the way somebody does, like move the head around and gestures while they're talking, but you can't hear, you don't hear anything, and then it sort of skips off into the jungle to your left and disappears, and then a moment later it reappears and kind of looks at you all.
Yeah, so it's one to
Follow it then.
follow in.
All right, we follow.
Okay. So you follow it as it skips off through the jungle. It stops every now and then to look back, wait for you to catch up, and you keep because it's so tiny. You keep easily lose sight of it, but eventually it leads you to another clearing.